Hi everyone. Today we will focus on drawing and building solids as a review from grade 7. So first of all, we need to find or to know the geometrical name of a solid and its characteristic. So normally, as geometrical solids in on three-dimensional space, we 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 are talking about solids. So normally about shapes in three-dimensional space, okay, that can be filled, that can be filled, and that have a volume. So as a cube, so normally we have 12 edges and 8 vertices, and we have 6 identical faces, squares faces. Okay. A rectangular prism, we have all opposite faces are rectangles of the same sizes. So normally we have 6. Okay. All opposite faces are rectangular of the same sizes. So each pair of opposite faces are identical in a rectangular prism. With pyramid, we have the lateral faces are triangles, and they also be joined with a one vertex. So one flat polygonal face, which is one flat polygonal face is the bottom face, and 4 triangular faces. So if, for example, we have the flat face, which is the bottom face. It is, for example, a triangle. It can be a triangle. So normally we have only three, because the lateral faces should be for example, be stuck on the edges of triangular face, which only has 3 edges. So normally, and then we have a cylinder. We have a 2 flat circular faces, the 2 left and right faces, and 1 curved surface. We have a 1 curved surface, which is, in fact, if we cut it and flatten it, we will obtain a rectangle. Cone, 1 flat circular face and 1 curved surface. And the flat circular face. And finally, we have a sphere like a ball. It is which is a 1 curved surface. So some of you can be ready to distinguish between pyramid and prism. What the difference between pyramid? In fact, the triangular faces meet at one vertex in pyramid. It is one of the characteristic and the feature of the pyramid. For the prism, no, we don't have a similar characteristic. We have all 6 rectangular side faces. We have a 6, and each pair of opposite faces are congruent and identical. Okay? For example, if they ask us to name these solids, first of all, it is a rectangular prism. Okay? For example, it is also a prism, but it is hexagonal prism, because the two faces, for example, in front, back faces, the identical one, are like hexagonal form, had the hexagonal form, so it is a hexagonal prism. This one, it is the cylinder. Here, where the triangles meet on one vertex, so it is a pyramid. It is a rectangular pyramid because the base, okay, can identify between or distinguish between triangular prism or rectangular prism when the base in the bottom is a rectangle, so it is a rectangular prism. It is a sphere, the tennis ball like a sphere, and this one like a prism, a rectangular prism. This one, it is like this can or this can of baked beans. It is look like, for example, it looks like a cylinder, closed cylinder. Okay, the closed one. So in this diagram, we have a diagram that shows us the net of a cube. We know that the cube is, and it is characteristic where the cube has six identical congruent faces where each one is a square. So normally they ask us to find in this cube which letter will be opposite, which letter will be opposite to the other letter. For example, this one will be opposite to A because this one, when we complete our cube, we will obtain a D in the bottom and A in the top. We will obtain F as the right face and B the left face. And also we'll obtain in front E and in the back C. So these are the opposite, the pair of opposite sides and faces. Here they ask us to build the solid shown using cubes. Okay, we can build it at home, at school. Okay, add a cube to each of the orange faces and sketch the resulting solid on isometric grid paper. You can't do it and to draw it here. This is very difficult. So normally we can add for example, a cube here, and we add a cube here. When you can add a cube in the top to obtain a new level, third level or third floor for this shape. How about identifying the different views of a given solid? What we mean by identifying the different views? I have one example, and you can imitate the same thing at home for the exercise 5. For example, we have this simple solid, and we have a top, we have a side, and we have a front. So we can, from the front view, I can see this shape. Okay. I think it is from the top. From the top, I can see this one, because from the top, I can see only this and this and this. And we can't see the thickness of the cubes and the height of each cube, okay? From the front, I can see only this and this. I can see how deep is our shape. Okay, from the side, I can see this and this, yeah, this and this without knowing any idea about this empty space. And also, if we have the same example, we also say the same things. So from the top, this is from the top. And from the side, we can see only this one and this one without having any idea about this space, empty space. And also we can see from the front this one and this one and this one only, which is the corresponding correct front view. In the same idea, we can sketch the view of this prism from the top. So from the top, I can see only the bottom, the rectangular, or it is not a rectangular, it is in fact a square, because we have all the sides are equal. Okay, from front, I can see only this triangle. And from the side, this side, I can see only this triangle. So it is easy. It is easy. It needs a little of imagination. What about sketching the cross section? So if we cut this solid with this cross section, okay, so we will obtain this shape. But if we use this cut for this cylinder, so we will obtain from this cylinder, we'll obtain a circle. Okay, a circle, filled or not filled, not a big deal. Okay, so you can find any information that you need about this lecture in it. So I hope that I helped you with this lecture. Thank you and see you next time.